Hey folks, and welcome to today's video. In this video I want to show you how you can use shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts inside Visual Studio Code to try and make your time inside there much more efficient. Now for those new to the channel, my name is Sarah Lean and I release videos every week around Microsoft Azure, GitHub, Visual Studio Code, a whole variety of technology reasons, but today I really want to dive into how you can be more efficient using keyboard shortcuts inside Visual Studio Code. So let's dive into Visual Studio Code and let's show you those shortcuts. So here we are folks inside my Visual Studio Code setup, and as you can see I have a folder open and a bunch of files that I've been working with. Now the first thing I want to show you is how to actually close all of these files down without using your mouse. So you can either use Control and W, or if you're on a Mac, Command and W. Now all of those files are shut down and I want to create a new file, so I can use Command and N or Control and N to create a new file. So I now have my new file here, but what I want to do is select the file type. Now there is a feature inside Visual Studio Code that auto detects that and can set that up for you, but I want to show you this shortcut as it might come in handy at some point. So again, you can use Command K and then M or Control K and then M. So we now have the language mode open and we can type in what we want this file to be. In this case, I'm going to say Markdown. I hit enter, and as you can see in the right hand corner, it's now identified as a Markdown file. So if I type some information into this documentation, I can then do Control and S to save the file for me. So I'm going to give it a name of Sarah Demo and hit enter, and that file is now saved, but it's in the wrong place for me. Now there's no native shortcut to move a file from without using your mouse inside Visual Studio Code, but what I have installed is an extension called File Utils that allows me to do this. So if I hit Control Shift P or Command Shift and P, I get my kind of command line box up and I can type in file and then move, and the File Utils extension gives me the option to move this file to somewhere else. So if I hit enter, I then get the location path, so I can change this, and if we type in say new folder and then hit enter, you can see down the left hand side in my sidebar I now have that new folder and the file has been moved into that location. So that is a feature through an extension that I've added into Visual Studio Code. It's not natively there for us. So now another command that I want to show you is Control and P or Command and P. This brings up the search bar, so I can search for files. If I was in a large folder, a large repository, and didn't know where something resided, I could use this here. Now in this example, I want to look for my comment workflow. So if I type in comment, it shows me that file. I can hit enter and it will open that file for me. And then I can start to work on it and interact with it. Now you can see I have a couple of files now open inside Visual Studio Code, and if I wanted to switch between those windows, I could use a shortcut. So I can use Control and Tab or Command and Tab. And if I select the buttons, I can move up and down between the files and it moves me between them. So yeah, that's a great one for switching windows if you're already inside it and you've got multiple windows open and you're trying to understand what's happening. Now if you wanted to change the settings inside Visual Studio Code, you can do Control and comma. Now that I've made the changes that I want inside my settings file, I can use the Control and W or Command and W to close that window down. So if I wanted to open my terminal and interact with that, I can do Control and apostrophe or Command and apostrophe. If I wanted to close my terminal, I just use that Control and apostrophe again and it closes it down for me. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Now obviously I've shown you a bunch of native shortcuts inside Visual Studio Code. However, you can customize your own shortcuts. You can change those key bindings to do whatever you need them to do and to suit however you use your keyboard, or maybe if you have accessibility issues, then you can customize all of that yourself. But hopefully these shortcuts have given you some inspiration and some ideas, and they can make you much more productive. If you've enjoyed this video, please do smash that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. I release videos every week, so hopefully I'll catch you in another video.